Hello everybody, and welcome back into our channel. My name is The Wolf, and thank you so much for coming to join us on the Wolf Gaming YouTube channel. Thank you so much on that for all your beautiful and amazing support over the past few videos. Now, tomorrow on Friday, we will be doing a random game. So of course this is a brand new series here on the channel called Airport CEO. Now this will be running alongside all of our other games, such as the Minecraft gameplay, including the how-to guides, and also our sim airport as well. So let's pop in and start a new adventure with a new airport. Literally just go to a new airport area, then you can actually pick whichever kind of person you're wanting. So I am just going to sort out the face area, the air color, the hairstyle, because I quite like it like that. And then of course we're then going to then start getting in our name, so first name, last name, and etc. Now this game has actually been around for some time actually. I will of course put the link over to the Steam channel, where you can actually get this game as well through Steam, down below in the comments. So if there's anything what you want us to do actually through this gameplay, just like with all of our other games, please do leave a comment down right below, and also do give us a thumbs up as well. So the airport, let's go with this, if I can spell correctly today. I have been having some light fun today, and that while trying to speak, which is quite comical to say at least. So we're going to go with wire. So yeah, I've been struggling to speak today, getting that certain words out. So this recording, it's actually going to be quite fun today. I must admit. So I'm actually going to be sticking with this one here. Now the sandbox mode here, okay, you can do this, and then you can set all your other little bits there, and for your unlimited funds you disable economy simulation and etc. Now we're not going to go with that one. I cannot believe that's just happened. Oh my god, this is going to be one of those days today. So let's get this sorted out. So we are actually going to go, of course, with the Manchester area, because we do live in Manchester. Then let's sort out this part here. So we are actually going to go with the large map right here. So that's what we're actually going to go with. Now for that, we are going to be doing actually going for the easy settings. Now we will be doing our first series on the easy setting, then going up onto our extreme setting there. So we're just going to be sticking with a C. We start off with 3 million, and let's get into there, and let's get this launched for our new airport. So it's like I said, that this is actually running between all of our other series as well, our two guides for Minecraft, and also our normal Minecraft series as well, what we are doing, then a random game area. So there's quite a few bits of the recordings and that which we're having to work with. Now what I actually tend to do is I always try and record like a day before. So of course this is taking a bit of time right now, so oh there we go, we were straight in it. I was going to say that we're going to whip off and then just hope for the best. So let's put this straight onto a pause here. Now you can follow the induction here on how to play it, but I will just go through very quickly and actually explain each part as it's needed. So we can just jot that down there, but you can go into there or press H. So down at the bottom here with our bar here, and you've got all your terminal, your zones, your infrastructure and transport, your aircraft side of things as well. Let's put that back onto pause. Literally staff, baggage, and etc. So we will be going through one of these bits here, literally as much as possible. Then just press the tab button, and it then brings you into all this here for your dashboard, your email, your operations, commonly your staff, vehicles, and your statistics, including your tutorial. So of course, yet again, we will be going through those little bits as we like going along anyway. So for first thing, that what we are going to be doing, we are going to then straight away, we're going to start off with our aircraft infrastructure. Now our aircraft infrastructure, we do need in a small runway and to start off with. Now, and you can opt in for the grass, or you can actually go in for the asphalt. For myself, I do actually prefer to go with the asphalt straight away, because it's a lot more better for what we actually want to try and do with this. So we are actually going to then place it literally right here, for instance. So it's actually going from here downwards that way. Then here we're then actually going to then go with these one-off parts here, which we are actually needing. So these are very important to actually get in. So let's just have a look here. So we're going to place one there like so, then one there like so, right at the end. We're then going to then go with a taxi foundation. Okay, and this is actually a 5 width. So with this, we're actually going to go down by 5 by 15 on each side. So by 5 by 15 there as well. And then with this, we're then actually going to come along and then just place a 5 by 65 section there. And this will then help us to move the aircraft around as needed for this. Now, what we are going to be doing is that we are actually going to now, very quickly, we're going to get our aircraft stands. Now, this is for our first initial stage of this to start making money actually for the airport straight away. So we are actually going to be placing 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. We then rotate it around. Okay, and we can then go 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So we can fit like another 10 or so down here as well when needed, but we don't really need that just yet. So here, what I actually like to do here is that I like to come on each side of here, come along by the 3, and I then also like to then just bring it out by 2 on each one of these here. So by doing this, this just makes it look a bit more nicer. It's not going to really massively impact the attire and build anyway, but it just looks nice and that visually, and that's what we kind of like wanting anyway for this. Now from here, we're then going to go with then a 5 depth, okay, straight away, and we're then going to move it to literally here. Okay, by moving it to there, we can then go out by 5, and then we can then bring this straight up to there. Then again here, a 5i, then straight over to here. And that would now give us all the necessary parts there, what we are needing. Now this is just like a small ATC, and thankfully you can really place this wherever. So that's okay. It's not like the sim airport side of things. This is entirely different, and it is actually a lot more better for this. So we actually, so just press your tab, then go into your economy, then go over to your offered contracts. Now with this here, we're actually going to stick with Berkeley. Okay, and we're going to sign that straight away, and we're going to start getting those guys in. Now, and to get these guys in, you do need to go into operations, construction, and we're then just going to go full mats to get that there done straight away. Okay, and this is now, so let's just chuck this onto a full speed. So all this here will now start getting built, which is really quite the major thing for this. Now this episode here is actually going to be a bit of like a short introductory episode actually to the series, and like I always try and do for the first few episodes anyway, on new series wise. So I always try and do that all the way through. So as they're actually building this up, we then also need to get our little indicators, our little taxi path. Now the taxi paths are actually quite important for this. So we're just going to place them down like this, and this is going to help with the taxiing of all our aircraft, which we are going to have in. So let's just move this along. Come on. Thank you. Come on. Those last couple there. Come on. Thank you. And then literally we're then just going to place this straight up to there like that. Okay, so there's going to be like a one there and a one there, which is perfectly fine. And we're then just going to then move these up here like so. Then here we're then going to place these down. So quickly like that. Okay. And then here as well, we're now just going to work on this. So all this taxiway system, okay, is quite important. So we're going to keep those there as our normal commercial, like a little stopover side of things. And then we're going to have little stands on this side here, which is going to be our main terminal area. So I'll probably say in the next episode we will be covering the terminal on how we actually build them up to give the best possible outcome for the builds. Okay, and that's what we really do try and attempt to do with all our series, especially the new ones, is to really introduce you to all the other major style and things like this here. So this is perfectly fine. So we're going to press tab again, and we're actually going to come back into here. We're actually going to keep 7 people on there, and we're going to get rid of the other 125 to really make sure that we've got everything all done. So we're actually going to go with general aviation and the airport of being open. Okay, and we're then going to pop into here, and we can then get this then opened straight away. So that is now going to allow us to have airlines now coming in and parking up here. Now you might be wondering why we've left these bits of roads here for. So it's when we start getting in all our fuel, we're needing to have the roads for them to go around to drop the fuel off. So how we do that is actually by using a vehicle checkpoint system. So right here we've got the spanners on this side here over to the left hand side, and then on the right hand side is actually this little bit here. So we're just going to very quickly place those down. So what we do need to do as well with this, as it's part of the initial game on this, and this is one thing I really don't like about initially with this game, because you've got to spend more money on getting this done, and that's actually to place in fences going around the perimeters. So let's just get down here very quickly. Let's just get this here done, get that taken off. Now thankfully we can actually do this with 7 people anyway, for just like a small amount of time. But since we are actually making money for the airport anyway, for a hopefully by hour we should be making money for this. So this is actually quite a nice simple basis there straight away. Now what we do need to now try and do is to bring in a fuel depot. So our fuel depot is going to allow us to bring in fuel, but we do actually need to make sure that we've got everything all in place for this. So what we first of all are going to do, we're going to come into here and we're actually going to get our service road, and we're actually going to place the service roads in. And then here, this is where it's actually quite interesting, you see, because we're needing to do this kind of thing. Yeah, you see, so we can take the hose off from there. Oh no, I cannot believe I just done that. Right, so first of all, let's just go and get our maximum deploy again. Let's get the maximum team in very quickly, and let's then go and then get our taxi formation there, just to help with that again, because yeah, I deleted that by accident. I really shouldn't have done that. So let's get that put back in again, and let's get that there sorted out as quickly as possible. So what we're now going to do is we're going to come back into the roads again. We're going to get a service road, and we're actually going to come straight down, just like that there. And then actually, yeah, let's just do that one there and bring this down to here. Yeah, so now that the service roads are in place now, which is really great, we love that. So we're actually going to match this again. We're then going to knock this down, and so we've actually got 7 people, so 7 deployed contractors, and getting rid of the other 125. Now here, what we do need to do, we actually need to, like I said, we do need to make sure that we've got our fuel tank in as soon as possible. So by doing this, we're actually going to be placing our fuel tank there, and then we're needing then also a vehicle depot. It's like I said, I cannot speak today to save my life. So we're just going to place a vehicle depot there. We then got our fuel tanker there, so everything will be coming in. These guys are going to do their job. So what we do need to do now is to pop into our comedy, go over to our contract soon, and we should be able to get these here. Now for our vehicles, we're having to wait for our vehicle side of things to work. So here we're actually going to go with the AV fuel. There's no point really going with these bottom lower ones here, because they're sometimes quite expensive and everything else, and it's not nice. And we're then actually going to order 2 of these truck levels here. So these are our major fuel fueling tankers. So we're needing to make sure that those are actually in place, ready to go. So they will come straight into here and get all that sorted out, and hopefully they should actually come in here, get filled up, which is really amazing. Okay, and we're actually going to fill this up at 50%. Okay, so we will now get some more fuel coming in, and that will then allow for that to work. So but to obtain the money for the fueling, we needing to go back into our operations and into our airport control panel. We do actually need to turn on the avgas 100 LL fuel service needed. Okay, and this will then actually help us to obtain all these major little things. Now we've got the fuel going out now, which is really amazing. Now keeping in mind that this is costing us a lot with the fuel, you see, so we're needing to really now consider, do we need to start upping up the prices a little bit? And the answer to that is going to be a yes, we do. So what we're actually going to be doing now, okay, very quickly, we're actually going to be going into our terminal. We're going to build a small little building right here. Okay, and this is actually going to be for our staff. Now technically, what I will do first of all, actually, let's just get this knocked off here very quickly, because that doesn't really want to work properly, and it's quite annoying, and it's kind of like, oh no. So let's first of all let's get that there knocked out, and let's just do that there very quickly as well, actually, because I want to make sure that this is actually done properly, you see. So we do actually need to have a small gap there for the footpath to come down on, and that's what we're going to be doing there straight away. So straight away we're going to place our little sidewalk in, okay, just like that, and we're then going to then place our little zebra crossings, okay, straight in. Okay, this here is actually kind of like off-road, that's off-road there, that's off-road, and that's perfectly fine there, like that. So that is perfectly fine. Now, with this here, we're actually going to come into our doors, and we're actually going to get a large door. So we're going to zoom in, and we're then just going to place a large door there, and we're then going to go with windows. Now, I've always struggled with these windows, to be honest with you. Really the best way to do it. So I like it where it's on the right hand side, as you can see in that with the little lines, then it's like a thick white line, then nothing onto the left hand side. That's how we're going to kind of like place these windows in. So these are now going to come just like this here, okay, and that is going to be that there. And then same on this side here, going to bring it in one from the edge on each side, okay, and we're then going to go one there, one little bit there, and then one little bit there, which is perfectly fine. So we can now get that there done straight away. So this is actually going to be for our staff part here, so our staff area. So we're actually going to do, so we've got a staff room, and we've also got a staff zone. Now for staff room and the staff zone, it needs to be in the same area where everybody's going to be like working anyway. So it's just saving. So let's take off the bits there, and we're then going to then come in and get the desk. So for desk, we're going to rotate around, and we're actually going to be placing them in front of these windows. So we should be able to get quite a few desks in here. This is going to be for the administrators and for the CEOs, for the finance director, and etc. So this will then allow us to do some research. Okay, and just like that there. Alright, so this is what we're going to be doing here. Now that we've got that done, okay, we can now come into here and come up to the staff. We actually need to apply find staff now. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to place it straight up to the green, come over to the right, and go into the executives. Okay, so this is our chief operators officers. Okay, let's just see what else that we've got here. So we've got a chief finance officer, which is pretty dismal to say least. That's okay, and let's then go and get some administrators in straight away. Let's just have a look at this here. So we've got a chief operation officer. So what the chief operation officer does, that's more of the operation area, so such as your shops and etc. Now what we're looking for is a CFO, a chief finance officer, to do all our fees. Now that is really quite important to us right here, you see, to get to get at least one of them in. So we could go with this one here, then come straight into training, and let's get them trained up anyway. Let's get them trained and let's get them trained. Now we've got a chief finance officer, we can now go into our fees. We can now place this up right to 750 because you can't really go up to 800 because it doesn't really stand in good stead. Then 600 for here, and then we're going to place this then up to £3 here, 750 for landing, and then for the standing parking fees on the GA, so the general aviation, is 600, and that will then help us right here to start building up enough income actually coming in. Now the guys there might not be very happy, okay, with it, but that's okay, that's perfectly fine, that is. So we do need to get flights impact and runway condition, so let's go and get that repaired straight away because we need that in repairing. Okay, and this is literally the first initial stage. Now what I would say is what they really could do for the airport CEO is actually a full planning side of things, because even though that we've got like our building tools here and we've got a paintbrush and your heat maps and a section like that, okay, there's no actual real planning for this, and that is a real shame. So I'm hoping one day they will actually get that in for this. So literally that is pretty much what I'm only going to say about it. It is a quite easy game like to play. You can actually do this really like on a million, and really get everything in what you actually need in. So you could actually go with an harder a basis on this, and that is perfectly fine. Okay, you can easily do that, but there is actually one thing I will be wanting to get eventually, and when it's actually being researched, is that I'm actually wanting to then get the angers in for everything, and that is like some of those real major things that I do want to get. But in otherwise we are actually making money, which is really awesome. So like previous hour we made like 5,800, average or 24 hours is like minus 3,700. So as things are actually working along, okay, we will be actually making a lot of money with this, and that is the real major thing on this, and trying to get it planned out sufficiently enough. That is the major thing you see in this entire game of Airport CEO. You are a manager of this airport. So what I would do is I am actually going to leave it there. Okay, I am actually going to get a very quick screenshot actually of this. There we go, so screenshot done and dusted, and for the thumbnail. So if you're not already done so, please do subscribe to the channel. Do give us a beautiful thumbs up on our video. If we can try and get 10 likes on this content, and that would be really amazing. So like I said, please do subscribe and turn on the notification bell. It is for free, okay, you don't have to, but it will really help us here on the channel. So yeah, again, thank you, do take care, and we see you next time. As always, for myself, it's a ciao for now, and we see you later. Bye.